Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome. For anybody new out there, I'm the host, Brad of Coach Cruise, and yeah, we are coming to you live today from the Carnival Venezia. I was corrected on the pronunciation by MarQ himself, and he was corrected on the pronunciation of the Venezia, which is what I used to call it. And he said Christine Duffy had to come on and correct him, and he's like, she said, yeah, it's not Venezia, it's Venezia. So yeah, that's you might have learned something there because if you're like me, you called it the Venezia also. But thanks everybody for tuning in and joining in. Having a really good time here on the Carnival Venezia, especially the last couple days because I've won a little bit of money in the casino. It doesn't make up for all the money that I've lost in the past by any means, but it's nice to not actually walk away a loser in the casino for a change. Assuming that I don't lose what amount I've won so far later on tonight, but happy about the situation. I was actually messaging. I see Carnival Cruise Addicts here in the comments. I messaged them earlier because I know their casino, Carnival Cruise Addicts. And I said, hey, how many points do you guys get on an average basis? Because I've got this many points and I'm feeling kind of good about it. And then they said their average points was like way more, way more than what I thought I was proud of or whatever. I'm like, okay, that humbled me up real quick there. But yeah, it's been okay. It's been fun in the casino, hanging out, meeting new friends at the blackjack table, and met some new friends in the pool today. And MarQ is as advertised. He is a fabulous cruise director, and had a great interview with him yesterday. We'll talk a bit about more about that in just a bit. But let me say hi to everybody that has already checked in. I was trying to do my best to say hi to everybody as we got started. But Justin won the gold again. He's got a lot of gold medals. He's the Michael Phelps of checking in first. But then we had Greg and Michelle from Cruise Life TV. They got the silver. And who got the bronze? Let's see. Sandy the Lost Pirate Jenkins got the bronze today as far as checking in goes. So congrats on getting on the podium, Sandy. And then we had Michelle also, Cruise Life TV, checking in, saying hi to everybody. Ken was next there in the top 5. Then we had Ann Dolan. And I've said this many times, but we were on the Carnival Magic together Thanksgiving. Not this past Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving before. But I'm so glad that Ann stays tuned in. So good evening to you, Ann. Hope everything is going well. Then we have D Kid. D Kid is here. What's going on, D Kid? We hung out in Alaska together on the Carnival Luminosa. Then we have Uncle Dave. Hey, Coach Cruise at Cruise Life TV, and anyone I missed. So let's get that up there. Then we got Mandy. Mandy is about to go on a cruise this weekend, and she's hosting her first bar crawl. So we've been chatting on Messenger, making sure everything is a go for that. So good luck on the bar crawl, Mandy. We got T-Boat on the go saying, hey, Coach, hey, everyone, and hey, T-Boat. And we have Jerry. Jerry, I was on the Horizon just last week, and now I'm on the Venezia. And then I'm going to take a few weeks off, and then it's going to be a long flight over to Australia to get on the Carnival Splendor. Super looking forward to that trip. It's going to be a 15-day journeys cruise. I've done the Mediterranean, never done Australia. It's supposed to go Australia to Singapore. We haven't decided whether we're going to get off in Singapore or get off in Bali. Bali's the last stop before getting to Singapore. And yeah, so that's what we got going on there. Ted is here. What's going on? Ted Rowden is here. And Gwen J. Hello, Gwen J. I'm not sure if you've been on the channel before, but if you haven't, welcome to the channel. I hope you're a new subscriber. Terry White will be on the Venezia Labor Day week going to Bermuda. Loved your ship tour. Thank you so much, Terry. I appreciate that very, very much because I just released that video, so I'm glad you liked it. We got Scott here from Controversial Cruising. And Diane McDonald, welcome to the show. So I think we're about caught up. T-Boat on the Go says you have to get off in those ports. When will you do it again? Um, let's see. When will I do Australia again? Or I might have misunderstood your question. But as far as the ports that we've gone to on this particular cruise, it was Amber Cove, did a beach, Grand Turk, that's the beach, the easiest beach ever, and then Half Moon Cay, also the easiest beach ever. Nick Norrell says we'll be on the Venezia in November 2025. Awesome. It's different. Singapore and Bali. Yeah. So T-Boat on the Go, the last port is Bali, and then it's one day at sea, and then we end up in Singapore. Me, I'm more about the scenic beauty. I think Anita's kind of the same, not as much as me. So if we stay in Bali, we get more of that scenic beauty, and we're planned on hanging out for 2 or 3 extra days and then taking a flight back. So if we do that, though, we're obviously missing out on Singapore, but then we get more time enjoying that scenic beauty in Lombok and Bali. So that's what we're debating there. So that's the thought on that. So yeah, so I think we're all caught up. And let me take another sip of my watermelon. Yes. And you know what? Let me put that on the screen, because right as I was picking that up, I saw the comment, do you have anything to drink near you? And I did tell the hostess who brought this out to me, this is my watermelon martini. I said, hey, I'm probably going to need at least one more of these before the end of the show. So if you could send somebody out here. Right now, I'm out here all by myself. And I'm outside the steakhouse, but I needed somewhere quiet to film. I wanted to film at the Amari bar again, but it was too loud in there. So we couldn't do that. And yeah, Ted says, I saw a video on Bali. It is beautiful. Let me take a sip of my watermelon martini since we're talking about it. And I see we already have about 30 people logged in. If you haven't already hit that like button, please hit the like button, because that might draw us up even more from the 30 that we are at right now. So if you could hit that. Oh, look at that. You all are awesome. Carnival Cruise Addicts. Tell them to hurry back. Chug it. I agree. I might have to wave through the window like, hey, I'm waving through the window right now. They're probably looking at me like, who's this jerk out here waving through the window? But yeah, I will tell them to do that. I'll tell them to send another one. Oh, look at you. Look. Yeah, did you come out here to see me, or were you? No. Oh, you didn't. She didn't come out here to see me. But can I order another watermelon martini, please? Yeah, thank you. So see, she didn't come out here to see me, but somebody came out, and now we're going to get another watermelon martini and a bottle of water if I could. All right. So you're live, by the way. Say hi to everybody on YouTube.
Oh, hi.
All right. So yeah, so see, Carnival Cruise Addicts, you made it happen. You made it happen there. Diane McDonald says, love the Venezia, cruised on the Venezia twice already, and will be on the Venezia again in August. Yes, Diane, and obviously you have enjoyed MarQ, and he's amazing. I just had a interview, sit down with MarQ, and he's as advertised. I just shared, and I don't know how many of you are on the Facebook group, Facebook page, Coach Cruise, but I'll post a picture every now and then, and if I get a picture or something that gets like 100 likes, that's a pretty good post, typically for the page right now and where it is. But I posted like 2 pictures of myself. One was in the water in Grand Turk, one was in front of the Carnival Venezia, and then one was with MarQ. Posted those 3 pictures and said, hey, Grand Turk's awesome, look at the water, something like that. And it's approaching 400 likes or loves, like that. And I'm like, and I was telling MarQ in the interview, I said, hey, just what I said. I was like, normally I post something, if it gets like 100 likes or something, that's a pretty good deal. And I was like, I posted this, and we're, over 350 likes and loves and growing. I was like, so the only thing that can explain that is you. So obviously you're much loved in the cruise community, and you were thought of as one of the very best. And obviously he is one of the best, because he's one of the last 4 inaugural cruise directors. It was Carnival Celebration with Lee Mason, and then MarQ with Carnival Venezia, and then we had Kindle Fire with the Jubilee, and then we had her man Joey on the Frenzy. Those were the last 4 rollouts of inaugural cruise directors, and I've had the pleasure of cruising with all 4 of them now. And then one thing, Greg and Michelle from Cruise Life TV are here today, and they're going to be with me on the New Year's Eve cruise. And guess what? We got MarQ. We got MarQ as our cruise director. So we're going to get to enjoy him again. And yeah, he has been awesome. So let's see here. T-Boat on Go says thinking of a change at 15-day South Caribbean on Pride to a 10-day Southern Caribbean on Venezia. Which ship would you choose? You know what? That is a hard question, T-Boat. Let me get that up on the screen. Because here's the thing. The Carnival Venezia is different. And it's whether you appreciate those differences or not. Let me tell you some of the good things about the differences is there's a lot of different menus. So food items, drink items, a lot of new things to try out that you might be like, ooh, I really like this. You know, like the Frizzante bar has been packed. I haven't spent a lot of time there, but people seem to like it. You know, the Amari bar is a combination, the Alchemy bar, and, you know, an Italian themed drinks and things like that. So you can pretty much get any Alchemy bar drink that you would want. They can create it for you. Most of the bartenders back there are alchemists from the start, and they're, you know, just incorporating the Amari theme into it. But yeah, I mean, you do have like the different Viaggio. Oh my God, that might be like my new favorite. I'm sitting out at the steakhouse now, but I went to the Viaggio, and it was so good that I booked it a second time. I just ate there last night, and it was the Mile High Gelato Pie. I would like book the Viaggio just for that Mile High Gelato Pie. That's how much I enjoyed that. But, you know, like grilled octopus, and then I had sea bass one night, and then the shrimp, calamari, and everything else. Like, it's not just seafood. I mean, you can get steak, pasta, you know, whatever. But I had a pork chop. A pork chop was fabulous the second night. Sea bass, the first time I went, was my main entree, and then I got this amazing pork chop the second night. So yeah, I'll take another one. Yeah.
Anita gonna come.
Oh, she is.
Yeah, I told her like to double check 9 o'clock is fine, and she's like, okay, I will do it. Yeah.
Great.
You would like another one?
Yes.
Okay, with the water, regular.
Yeah. Thank you.
You want a sparkling or natural?
Regular is fine. Yeah. Thank you. All right. I just ordered my other watermelon martini here. So, Ted, let's see. Ted's got to go, but thanks for checking in, Ted. Jerry is saying I would do the Pride. So yeah, getting back to that point, you know, if you want to try out the different experience, I mean, the Venezia is a beautiful ship, but, you know, it's not the typical Carnival experience. Like I prefer that larger open concept, like you get on the regular Vista class. If you're Carnival Vista, Horizon, Panorama, any of those ships, you got that big open concept, and, you know, the big deck parties and everything else like that. MarQ is a perfect cruise director because, you know, he brings everybody out of that kind of chilled, laid back, and gets people enjoying the fun and everything. You need a cruise director like him that can do that, because I think this Italian themed ship, you know, I guess Italians are more into the relaxation and just family and kind of relaxing and everything, because it seems that's what more this ship is more about that. Whereas I think the typical Carnival ship, it's more about the fun and the parties and the deck parties and things like that. So yeah, that's what we got going on. And my second watermelon martini is here. So we're going to be excited for that. We have Mariani is setting us up with a second watermelon martini. So Carnival Cruise Addicts, thank you thank you for that. You're basically buying the second watermelon martini here. And I think we're going to stay here for dinner after the show is over. It was going to be Love and Marriage or the Steakhouse. So I guess the Steakhouse is winning over. We haven't had dinner yet. And since I didn't lose my you-know-what in the casino, going to go ahead and treat ourselves on the last night and do a little steakhouse because they had availability. So, hey. All right, let's say hi to a couple more people. Thank you so much. J&T Adventures says, howdy, Coach. Hope you're having fun, and I definitely am. Thank you for that, J&T Adventures. Controversial Cruising. Scott, I think I already said hello to you, but Samantha from Facebook, it's a beautiful ship, and I had an awesome time, but I love the other ships that I've sailed. That's a great comment. Diane McDonald says MarQ is great, and Diane McDonald, you are 100% correct. I agree with that, 100%. Cruising is fun anytime. Hey there, everyone. Hey, cruising is fun anytime. Good to see you. And Bless Nettie is here once again. Hello, Bless Nettie. So, so I mean, this cruise has gone super, super fast. I mean, and normally the cruise goes super fast because I'm doing so much. This cruise, I think I was in recovery mode the first few days from the Carnival Horizon because it was, just a lot of fun, a lot of drinking, didn't do as much drinking, although I did hit my 15 last night, partly because I was stayed at the casino so long. And it seems like every cruise is a different experience, right? So last week on the Horizon was in the Havana area, getting to meet a lot of people in the Havana pool area. And Erin, Coach Cruiser, she's actually working. I got a message from her saying that she might miss the live tonight because she's doing a double shift or whatever. But she was on that cruise, and we just had a fabulous time. We hung out most of the cruise. Did a couple excursions together, so it was a great time, but big party. And this one was, like I said, a little bit of recovery at the beginning. And then I will say I did definitely play in the casino more this week, but thankfully, the casino was not too brutal on me like it normally is. Did okay on the slots, did better playing blackjack. And it's funny because I've been playing at the $25 table of blackjack, and it seems like it's the usual suspects, the same 3-4 people. We're always playing at the same table together. So I think it's Lindsay, Tammy, Nick, and Lee. Those are my 4 people that I've been playing a lot of blackjack with, and we've had a good time playing blackjack together. And so look forward to seeing them in the future, hopefully on the channel, checking in comments. Like I said, today I went to the pool one time because there's no pool in the Terrazza area, but I was like, I got to get in the pool. So I went in what is normally the Tides pool. I think it's called the Burano Sunshine Deck or something like that, back at deck 10. So I met a few new people there today as well. So enjoying the time. Saw Epic Rock last night with Anita. That was a great show. We saw Broadway Beats. We've seen a couple comedy shows. Dan Mangini and Chris Wiles, I think, did a really good job. One thing I've missed, I know Mandy's going to be mad at me because Mandy, I know, is the big piano bar. Haven't done a piano bar yet. So might have to make a point to do the piano bar today and check that out. But what else have we done? I mean, I did do the Welcome Aboard show and also the Sail Away party. I'll have vlogs with that coming out in the near future. As I said, I did the interview with MarQ. Was really great. Was a lot of fun. And let's get back into the comments because I see J&T Adventures. Question on the 15, is that just drink package or either way pay as you go? So yes, J&T Adventures, with the Cheers package, you get 15 alcohol drinks. So any drinks, you could go to Java Blue Cafe, for example, and get a spiked milkshake. Because it has alcohol in it, that counts as one of your 15 drinks. and then you can get 14 other drinks with alcohol, and then you're done. But you get unlimited non-alcohol drinks. So if you are a big coffee drinker, for example, and you like the gourmet coffees, some of these gourmet coffees, like the frappes and stuff like that, they're over $7 each. So let's say you have, 4 frappes. You're going to be basically at about $30 there. And then let's say you're a light drinker, but you have, say, 4 alcohol drinks, and those are going to range anywhere from $12 to $15 if they have liquor in them. You're covered. I mean, you've covered your Cheers package just with 4 alcohol drinks and those 3 or 4 frappes or whatever. You need to average a little over $50 a day to cover the cost of what Cheers would be worth. So long as your companion is drinking at least that much, then Cheers is definitely going to be worth it for you. So not everybody understands that. When I first bought Cheers, I didn't know either. I was like, I thought the 15 drinks were any combination of 15 drinks, but it's not. It's 15 alcohol drinks and then unlimited non-alcohol drinks. So you could have 15 drinks with alcohol and 100 non-alcohol drinks, and you would be fine. So yeah. Okay. Uncle Dave says y'all hit that, and I couldn't agree more. So please do. If you haven't already hit the like button, please do. Blessed Nettie, hello. Carnival Cruise Addicts, do they comp you a dinner for the casino? Carnival Cruise Addicts, I've gotten 2 comps. I got a comp for the steakhouse like one of the first couple days, and then I got a comp for Viaggio. One mistake I made, though, Carnival Cruise Addicts, and you've probably gotten these before, but I played a lot of slots the first day or two, and so they put a little sign in my room and said, hey, well, if you reach 5,000 slot points or whatever, we're going to give you $350 in fun play. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I didn't play slots for a couple days, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to try to hit that 5,000 slot points thing. So I did, and then I went back yesterday or the day before or whatever, and I said, hey, I hit these 5,000 points. How do I redeem my 350 fun play? And then the host told me, oh, well, you were only had a couple days to get that done, and it's past that deadline, so you don't get any any fun play or anything. And I was like, well, damn, because at the time, at least, I had lost a bunch of money trying to get to those points. And I'm like, well, I just lost this much money to try to get this stupid $350 in fun play. Thankfully, though, since then, I've been on a little bit of a roll, and I've won back most of that money. So all is well in the world. But that was a little mistake. I didn't read the fine print that I only had a couple days to get those points. So that was the deal there. J&T Adventures, what if you don't have the pack and pay as you go still? J&T Adventures, so that's a good question. And I mean, I'm so always on the Cheers. I think if you pay as you go, I don't think you're limited to the 15. I'm pretty sure on that. So, but the thing is, if you are buying more than 15, like why would you pay as you go? Because you're going to pay so much more money. It doesn't even make sense. So I understand the question, but it's like, if you're in a position where you think you could purchase more than that, unless you just have unlimited money rolling out of your pockets, I wouldn't know why you wouldn't purchase Cheers, if that's a question, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Diane McDonald says, love Java Blue on the Lido deck on the Venezia. Yeah, and honestly, the Venezia probably has the best Java Blue cafe in the entire fleet. I mean, it's like a bar. They have the largest menu. I posted just the shakes today on the Coach Cruise Facebook page of just everything that the Venezia has to offer, just in the terms of shakes. But yeah, it's probably the biggest, largest Java Blue cafe in the entire fleet, and that includes the XL class ships. So yeah. Oh, J&T Adventures, my wife doesn't drink. So J&T Adventures, here is a possibility for you, and people have done this before. Let me take another sip of my watermelon martini because I have another one on backup thanks to Carnival Cruise Addicts. So J&T Adventures, if you ever cruise with anybody else, here's what you do. Here's how you beat the system. Your wife doesn't drink, right? So let's say you go with a couple friends, And let's say, the other couple has somebody in the cabin that's not a big drinker either. What you do is you put the two big drinkers in one cabin, and you put the two non-drinkers in another cabin, and then you just book it with them. Then you just trade keys or whatever, or just one person's responsible for getting the other person in, and basically you just switch rooms. But the two drinkers, that way you're only paying for two cheers packages, for the one room, and no cheers packages in the other room. And if you have, a wife or a husband that doesn't drink much or whatever, then they could just, have a drink or two off of what you get for them. And that's kind of how you beat the system. Party on the Sea. Hello. Welcome to the show. J&T Adventures. October is my first Carnival cruise. Well, you know what? And which ship are you on, J&T Adventures, on your first Carnival cruise? And congratulations on that. Carnival Cruise Addict says, pay as you go at J&T Adventure, then it's not worth if she doesn't drink. Yeah. I mean, honestly, that is true to a point. But J&T Adventures, if you are drinking 15 every night, you only need to average about 6 per person. So if one person is averaging 15 and the other person is just drinking coffee and Gatorades and milkshakes and stuff like that, it would still be worth it. So if you are a heavy drinker and the other person doesn't drink at all, you will still come out on top. And the beauty of it is you won't have a huge bill at the end of it. So that's something you could say for that. Yeah. Cruise Life TV says, J&T Adventures, if you like to have fun, you're going to love your first Carnival cruise. I'm curious, what is the ship? Coach, Carnival Cruise Addict, Coach, why, what? I'm drinking watermelon martinis, courtesy of you, so I might have missed something there. Let's see. T-Boat on the go, J&T, yes, they limit to 15 drinks, even as you pay. Oh, okay, so T-Boat on the go knows it. J&T going to be with me. Cruise Life TV. If you're traveling command and can't drink for medical reasons. Yeah, that's a great point. Cruise Life TV just pointed. Let me put that on the screen. If you do have somebody in your party that is for medical reasons can't drink, and let me drink my watermelon martini here. It's so full. You know how they put in the watermelon martini glass and fill it all the way to the top. You can't even pick it up without spilling it. So, yeah, J&T Adventures, again, if you are a heavy drinker and she drinks coffee, water, whatever, as long as you're going to hit 10 or more, you can make it worth it. And the good thing is you pay that off in advance so you don't get that big bill at the end. Carnival Cruise Addict says, that's a good point. Plus all the included water and coffee. Yep. T-Boat on the go says, cheers package is good even for non-drinkers. Includes all beverages, soda, bottled water, specialty coffee, milkshakes. Yep. Yeah. Losing the fun play. I know. I mean, and that's what I told the casino hostess, and I think that's why she gave me a second dinner comp or whatever, is because, I said, I just lost this much money trying to get enough points so I could get my stupid $350 in fun play. And you're telling me now that I didn't even get it, so she changed I was going to get a $50 comp to the Seafood Shack or something. And then they changed that to give me a meal for 2 at Viaggio. And I'm like, hey, I'm good with that. So all good. Cruise Life TV Coach, you have to drink for medical reasons. Yeah, I have to drink for medical reasons. That's why I drink. And cheers. Now I can hold up my martini. And we have 37 live now because all of you hit the like button. We also have 5 people on Facebook that have liked or loved it. So we're up over 40 counting Facebook. So welcome to the show, everybody. If you haven't already hit that like button, hit that, and let's try to hit 40 on YouTube and maybe 50 between YouTube and Facebook. So absolutely. Scott says cheers. We got Kevin just checked in, has a big comment here. Kevin Brubaker, we are doing the repositioning on the Venezia in December, 12 days starting in New York and ending in Port Canaveral on an elite offer. So see, you're elite. You're elite like Carnival Cruise Addicts are elite. We probably won't hit 15 ever, but we will get at least 6 a day. If you get at least 6 a day, you're golden. Yeah, I mean that's what it's worth right there. Um, and again, I mentioned this at the very beginning, but I messaged Liz and Chris from Carnival Cruise Addicts. I said, hey, because there are casino addicts and there are Carnival Cruise addicts as well. So they are in the casino quite a bit. And so I'm all like happy about, because I got over 11,000 points on this cruise, and that's the most points I've ever got. So I thought in my mind, like, I bet, that's probably about what Chris and Liz average. They probably are like 11, 12,000 points a cruise because they're in the casino a lot or whatever. So I messaged them and I was waiting for them to say, like, yeah, we're like 12, 15,000 points each or whatever. And they're like 30 or 40,000 points each. And I'm like, the emoji with the big wide open eyes and shocked look on his face. That's what I replied with. Because I'm like, okay, so I'm still, just this little guy down here, and I probably won't get the elite offers. Now I understand why I don't get the elite offers, because they're the ones that are getting the elite offers with 30, 40,000 points. And here I am all proud of my little 11,000 points. And, yeah, but I'm hoping that does get me some better offers, get back into the ultra category at least, maybe squeeze out an elite. That would be cool. But yeah, D Kid says 11,000 points is great. I think so too, D Kid. I seriously thought that 11,000 points was great, but Carnival Cruise Addicts, Liz and Chris, they know how to do it. They're like the VIPs of the casino. Like, they get the liquor, they get the free excursions, they get the free booze all over the cruise, they get the cool free gifts and everything else like that. But yeah, it is what it is. So hopefully I get some good effort out of that. Carnival Cruise Addict says, you will get some good offers. Blake says, how are you liking the Venezia? Looking at it for my next cruise, my favorite ship has been either the Horizon or the Celebration. So Blake, that is a great comment, because I just came off the Horizon, and I would say the Horizon is my favorite ship. And the Celebration is also one of my favorite ships, in part because of my good friend Lee Mason, but I love the ship as well. Now, the bigger ship, the Celebration, the XL class, you have more amenities, but I feel like the Horizon has enough amenities that you get the best of both worlds. The ship is not too big, but it has enough amenities to make you more than satisfied. Especially if you were staying in the Havana area. So if you get an upgrade offer, or you have a little extra money to spend to get into the Havana area, I love the Havana area on the Vista class cruises. So yeah, I mean, the Venezia, what I will say about this is I've loved the different choices that I've had. It's more, I would say it's more elegant. It's a little more refined. It's a little more distinguished than some of the other Carnival ships. So if elegance and beauty and, being a little bit more refined and a little bit more relaxed is more your cup of tea, then I think the Venezia might be more of a cruise for you. Now, if you are somebody that's looking forward to the deck parties and partying and everything, MarQ does a fabulous job with that. And Lee Mason is going to be coming on this ship soon. And I know he'll be, bringing that fun to the ship as well. But it's like, I feel like the cruise directors have to draw that out of the crowd, because the Lido deck, for example, is much smaller, and a lot of the offerings and everything, it doesn't cater to the fun quite as strongly as your typical Carnival ship, because I think honestly the Italian themed ship was trending toward more relax, unwind, just yeah, I think it was more like that. So if that's more your style, then the Venezia is going to be more your ship. If you're more of, hey, I want to party, I want to have fun, I want to do this, I want to do that, then your typical Carnival ship is going to be more your speed. So that's my opinion. That's just the way I feel. But I hope that is, like I say, I mean, you're going to have a good time on here, but just keep in mind those thoughts. Party on the Sea says Horizon is my favorite ship, and I believe it is my favorite as well. Celebration is right behind it for me. So, Party on the Sea, great minds think alike, right? T-Boat on the Go. I want to be you. Going on my first elite in August in Europe. Can't wait for the room service after seeing Carnival Cruise Addicts vlog. Yeah, you know what? And so that is a great point, T-Boat. And I actually made that comment to Carnival Cruise Addicts this very day. I was messaging them earlier. And I said, okay, now I know why you ordered like $200 worth of room service. Because they did a video, and you saw this, T-Boat on the Go, of the room service, and they ordered, like, I swear to God, they ordered like $200 worth of room service. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, why did they order all this room service? I'm like, they really want to do this video super bad, and it was a great video. If you haven't seen it, go check out the room service video that Carnival Cruise Addicts did. And they ordered so much room service. They had like literally 2 buckets of fries within that room service order. And it was a great video. But I messaged them today. I'm like, okay, so now I know you got free room service. I didn't know you had free room service, so that's why. I mean, why not order $200 in room service food if you get it for free? I agree with that completely. Carnival Cruise Addict says, we're not refined. It's okay. We're going with friends who like to party and we'll have fun. Yes, you will. Diane says debarkation was even worse, but I'm going again. Oh, so Diane must have seen my video. Did I do the video yet of Cruise Day? I don't know. But I will say that the port of New York is the absolute worst I've ever experienced for getting on board a ship. Now, I know they, broke down their computers or whatever, but it's the worst. It's the worst. Get here early. That's my suggestion. Get here before your actual check-in time because it's going to be a train wreck. So if you go into New York port and you're expecting the port service not be as good as what you're used to, then you're not going to be too upset. Just that's why I say, under promise, over deliver. That's what I'm suggesting to you. I'm offering you that it's not going to be a good experience because if it's anything like what we did, it's not going to be a good experience. But hopefully it will be better, and you'll be like, oh, this wasn't so bad. This is actually okay, and hopefully that's the way it works out for you. Terry White says, I love Havana on Horizon. Yes, that's where I just was. I'll be in Havana on the Vista this fall. I'm hoping to get in Havana on the Vista this New Year's Eve. I don't currently have it booked, but I'm hoping to get an upgrade. And the Carnival Cruise Addicts, they did a super chat, $15 super chat, and that's this drink right here. So thank you, Carnival Cruise Addicts, once again. T-Boat on the Go, I think you swayed me. We'll cancel Pride and book Venezia. It's going to be ABCs and Celebrate. Oh, my God. ABCs and Celebration Key. That's like a grand slam right there. So T-Boat on the Go, 100%. Yeah. I mean, I don't even know why you need me to sway you on that one. I mean, to get the ABCs and Celebration Key, that's like the grand slam. So, yeah, absolutely. Diane says, love the Horizon. Warm Strong Adventures is here. What's going on? Bill, hello. Carl Cruzette, T-Boat. Cruise Life TV says I wouldn't be able to do that on the Margaritaville Islander. I know Scott and I think Bill was just on the Islander. And Bill, I did enjoy, if you haven't checked out Warm Strong Adventures, he was cracking me up with his Mr. Bill little Play-Doh toy or whatever. If you don't know who Mr. Bill is, then you're too young. But yeah, if you do know who Mr. Bill is, then you'll appreciate Warm Strong Adventures comedy there. Scott says great room service video at Carnival Cruise Addicts. Yes, absolutely. Oh, look at that. We got the Moonlight Adventures here once again. Josh and Chastity, what's going on, y'all? What is going on? And I believe they're still on right before myself. So if you haven't checked them out, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, the Moonlight Adventures. I know that was their schedule they were going with for a while. I think that's probably still their schedule. But Josh and Chastity, great to see you all once again. D-Kid was in the Brooklyn cruise port. It was in the Manhattan cruise port, I believe. Pier 711, something like that. Let's see. Kevin Brubaker says, I was wondering about New York's port. We did New Orleans in February 2023, and that was horrible. Hopefully New York isn't as bad as that. Well, Kevin, I got bad news for you because I've done New Orleans cruise port, and that was far more organized than New York was, at least for this particular cruise. Now, I will say this. Their computer system shut down. So you have that. But the thing that bothered me a little bit is most of the cruise ports that I go to, you know, if you go to one Carnival Cruise worker that's in the cruise port and you say, hey, where do I go for this or that? They know everybody else's job. Like they'll say, oh, okay, you need to go over here for this, or you need to go over here for that. And, you know, whenever we needed direction or tried to figure out what was going on or whatever, most of the people didn't know what the heck they were doing. They knew what I take that back. They knew their job. They knew their job and what they were supposed to do, but they couldn't direct you to where other people were doing, you know, what you needed them to do or whatever. So it is what it is for that. But yeah, it was a train wreck. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It was an absolute train wreck. They couldn't have messed it up much worse than they did. We eventually got on board, but and again, maybe if there wasn't that computer malfunction, it would have been a completely different story. But yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. They definitely need more coaching and training on what it is they're supposed to be doing. But the New York port is the worst cruise port I've ever been to as far as check-in goes. Mandy, it's been a year since the celebration was delayed all day in Miami from the boring accident. That was wild. Yes. And I forgot that we were on that same cruise, Mandy. But yeah, that was crazy. Moonlight Adventure says, hope everyone has a great week. Thank you, Josh and Chastity. Party on the Sea. I am on the Venezia for New Year's. I've been on the Vista twice since it's been in Port Canaveral. Nice to have 2 Vista ships in Florida. Love it. Very cool. And Party on the Sea, you will be with Lee Mason. I was with Lee Mason this New Year's Eve, this past New Year's Eve, and I will be with MarQ on the Carnival Vista. So you will enjoy my buddy Lee Mason on the Venezia, and I will enjoy MarQ. And I really have enjoyed MarQ on this particular cruise. I can't wait for you all to see that interview. It was great. I also had it was honestly maybe the best Q&A session I've seen a cruise director have in terms of just funny stories and stuff like that. I mean, you always have to go based off what the people in the audience ask you, but it just all worked out perfect. And MarQ just told some hilarious stories today in the Q&A session. So in addition to the interview I did, be on the lookout for that Q&A session that MarQ did. And, you know, especially if you're going to be on a cruise with MarQ, he is going to be going to the Vista after this contract, and he's going to be on there for over a year as the resident cruise director. So, yeah, just be on the lookout for that, and you will have a lot of fun, I promise you, watching that video. Terry White on Venezia, we have terraza, but an inside cabin. Not sure how I will like it without the pool. Terry, I'm gonna be honest with you, and again, I'm more of the social person, so I love being able to chill out in the pool with a drink and meeting everybody that's staying in the Havana area. Now, in this case, it's the Terraza area, so it's more of a enjoy your solitude, enjoy who you're with type of thing. Now, there are two um, hot tubs there, so I'm sure like you're gonna join it and jump in the hot tub, and there you'll meet some people that way, and obviously it depends on how much of a social person you are, but you can certainly meet and talk with other people that are just hanging out back there, but it's way more chill than it would be in the Havana area. I will say that. So it depends on what flavor you like. But yeah, it's going to be more chill. You're probably not going to have quite the party atmosphere that you would if you were going to be in the Havana area on one of the other Vista class ships. So just keep that in mind. One other thing on the Terraza, two things actually. After 7 p.m., they open the Terraza up to everybody. Anybody can go out there. So if you book the Terraza and you say like, hey, why are all these extra people out here after 7? That's why. Another thing though, and this is a good thing. So Terry, keep this in mind because I didn't know this. If you book a Terraza cabin, you have a included complimentary C-Day brunch in the steakhouse. And that C-Day brunch was awesome. I had a chili Philly cheesesteak melt, and Anita had like this puffed mushroom soup with bread over. I don't know. It was really good. I'll include it in the cruise vlog, but it was a great brunch, and yeah, I mean you'll appreciate that, and that's included if you're booked in a Terraza cabin. So Terry, make sure you make reservations with your Terraza cabin. Party on the Sea. I've been on a ship with Lee Mason so many times, and me too. And yeah, had a great time with Lee Mason. Let's see, Terry White. My husband loves the hot tubs, so yeah, that will work out great. Diane, when's your interview with MarQ coming out? I would say within a week. I'm gonna try to get to work tomorrow or getting off the ship, and then I'll have like 2 to 3 weeks off before we start heading to Australia. So I'm gonna try to get all the Horizon videos done, all the Carnival Venezia videos done. And the good thing about the interview is that I don't have to do much editing. When I do vlogs, I film so much and I have to cut out all this other stuff. I might do an hour worth of video, and I have to cut that down to about 15 minutes. So it takes me forever. But with the interviews, I ask a question, the answer is a question. I don't have to do much editing, so I can get those out pretty quick. So probably for sure within a week, Diane. In regards to your question, when is your interview with MarQ coming out? So yeah, Carnival Cruise Addicts. Yeah, that C-Day brunch is steakhouse. Never heard of that, and it looks awesome. Yes, it was pretty awesome, I gotta say. Um, Terry White, yes, absolutely. Panther TSX. Hey, coach, I want to know how you're doing at the craps table. This is this is Travis. Travis Swain. This is the World Traveler, the Panther TSX. These guys, they just travel the world. They live on cruise ships, everything else like that. I had an incredible role, Travis. I must have hit close to 30 before I crapped out. And it was pretty awesome. I won so many people money at the table. And the crazy thing is, I didn't even hit the low or the high. I mean, I was rolling 6 and 8 like it was, taking candy from a baby. 6 8 6 8 6 8, and then I hit, all the other numbers too. But I made myself some decent money, and I made, the table a bunch of money. And they're like, "Where have you been? This whole cruise?" Because I just did that a couple days ago, and that started my little trend of winning or whatever. So good to see you, Travis. Thanks for checking in. And yeah, I'm doing okay at the craps table. But honestly, the craps table has been crazy busy the last couple days, and I mean that's why I've been playing blackjack. Thankfully, blackjack has been kind enough to me that it's been worth it. But the craps table, they've been having a lot of fun, and they've been having a lot more success than the last couple of cruises I've been on. the craps table has been extra bouncy, the dice and stuff. This one, it seems like a little softer table, and dice are rolling a little truer. And yeah, I think they've made them all a couple times at least while I've been on the cruise here. For those of you that are craps players, you know what that means. Those of you that don't, this means like they hit 12 numbers without hitting a 7, which is really hard to do. So yeah. And Panther says, wow, that's great to hear, Coach, and congrats. And congrats, and thank you all. We still have 25 people in here checked in. If you haven't hit the like button, if you could do that, we got less than 10 minutes to go. So hang in. Thank you for hanging in for 50 of the 60 minutes. Question from Cruise Life TV. Will they have the Quest on board? They did. They had the Quest on board the Venezia. And I was going to go, and I think I got in the middle of playing blackjack or something, and I either forgot about it or something, but I didn't end up going. So I'm sure it was great because MarQ was leading that. But Quest, for those of you that don't know, is like an adult contest. And give you a couple examples. Say you're in a group of 8 or 10 people, you organize your little team, and you're competing against 8, 10 other teams, and they ask you a question like, okay, the first 5 teams up here that have a man wearing a woman's bra, you get points or something like that. And so you'll see women, they'll be taking off their bras and stuff like that and just whipping them out to some guy, and guys like, putting their bra on and everything, and he's running out to the front desk to check in or whatever, and then that's how you get points. And you're doing all this for a cheap bottle of champagne and and a plastic trophy, a ship on a stick or whatever. So that's the whole deal there. And that's the whole thing. But it's hilarious. Look, we got Anita. She checked in. Look at that. A rare sighting of Anita. Y'all haven't seen Anita in months. And you get it one head, you get 2 head bobs. That's all you get. Check in 5 months from now, and you might see her, 3 more times checking in or whatever.
Hey.
So Cruise Life TV says, hey, Anita. And also good to know for New Year's Eve that MarQ will most likely have it on the Vista. Yes, I think so. Carnival Cruise Addict says, hey, Anita. Mandy says, hey, Anita. So, yeah. And we are under 10 minutes. We've got 7 minutes to go here, and we will be all wrapped up. And like I said, we are outside of the steakhouse now, and we're in the outside area, not in the inside area. I asked the hostess before I came in, I said, hey, I just need a quiet place where I'm not going to disturb anybody. And they said, okay, we'll kick you outside. And so you see, I still have a little bit left in my martini, courtesy of Carnival Cruise Addicts. And no, he doesn't get any of that. She can go order one. I'm busy doing work here. Travis says, hi, Anita, from Alyssa. And hi, Michelle. Nice to see you, Anita. Diane McDonald. Hi, Anita. Thank you all for saying those hellos. And yeah, I mean, we are in Sean's. Oh, Sean has checked in. Good to see you, Sean. Carnival Cruise Addicts. Get your own drink, Anita. Yes. Get your own drink. I got half a watermelon martini, and you're trying to steal what little I have left.
I shall.
Yeah, so we have under 6 minutes till we hit that hour, and then it'll be time for dinner here. So if there are any last questions that anybody has about the Carnival Venezia, please feel free to throw them in the comments right now. Yeah, Sean. And you know what, Sean, that was a silver lining for me, and Mandy mentioned it earlier, but the celebration delay, I was boarding that ship. And because of that delay, I went live several times giving updates on the delay, and I gained a bunch of subscribers. I think I gained over 100 subscribers just from that delay. So that delay actually ended up working out okay for the Coach Cruise channel. And speaking of the Coach Cruise channel, we are less than 50 people away from reaching our goal. We have a goal that I set quite a long while ago of 7,500 subscribers by July 2nd. Why July 2nd? July 2nd is the anniversary of our channel. So on July 2nd, we will be 3 years old, and 7,500 would be an average of 2,500 a year, which would be amazing. And the first year, it took us till mid-June before we hit 1,000 subscribers. So a little less than a year before we hit 1,000. So obviously we were growing much faster than 2,500 subscribers a year since then. And the goal is by New Year's that we get up to about 8,500. And by July 2nd of next year, hopefully we're over 10,000 new subscribers. That's the goal. So, yeah, Cruise Life TV, thank you for that. Leave Coach alone. That is his. It's actually my second drink. So my second drink, Carnival Cruise Addicts took care of that for us. So Michelle says, Anita, what do you like the best about the Venezia? Well, you know what? That is a great question. And I'm glad because that I don't have to talk for a change. So what do you like the best about the Venezia?
It was different as far as like it's just beautiful. Different twist as far as like I'm so bad for talking, but Italy, it just it's they did nice little touches, little statues and the color,
Food, drinks, what?
Well, it's pretty much the same.
The food and drinks are the same?
Oh, the Italian restaurant. Oh, that was so. Look,
She doesn't do this for a living. This is what happens when you only come on the channel once every 6 months.
Yeah, the Italian restaurant was pretty.
Viaggio, she's talking about. So if you are going to come on the Venezia, we went to Viaggio twice. And it was in the brunch at the steakhouse is a new experience. Didn't even know about that.
Yes, that was
this
clutch.
is a rare occasion, and that was pretty fabulous. Yesterday afternoon, I guess you could say. So that was pretty fabulous.
A different menu too.
Yeah, so the different menus, the different drink menus, the different food menus, I think are going to be a great treat. Obviously, it's a different look all throughout the ship, but
that's what I meant to say.
Yeah. Party on the Sea, how was your Magic cruise? I love the Magic. I mean, the Magic is a dated ship, and by comparison to like the Vista class and the XL class for sure. But for whatever reason, I've just had a great time on the Magic. Every cruise, I think I've done it 3 times. Everyone has been great. Party on the Sea, where did you get that watermelon martini? The steakhouse. That's their signature drink. So you come to the steakhouse. And you don't have to have a steakhouse reservation to get the watermelon martini. You can go to the bar, and you can even come to the hostess. On this particular ship, they don't have a steakhouse bar, but you can say, hey, I want to get a watermelon martini, and they could bring it out for you. Carnival Cruise Addicts, you're rocking, Coach. We've been following you since you were at 500. Oh, my God. I didn't know you were following me for that long. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Liz and Chris. Michelle from Cruise Life TV. So 7,500 on 7.2. Everyone share the channel with your friends. Sean says you did some of your best work during the delay. You absolutely earned those new subscribers like you did at 4 to 5 live stream. Yeah, Sean, you were 100% right. Prettier decor, the Italian gelato. Yeah, the gelato pie, Mile High Pie is amazing. Terry is saying, I can't wait. Yep. There's a lot to enjoy on the ship for sure. Cruise Life TV, and did you get a chance to eat a guy's pepperoni? Yes, I did that, and it was amazing. So they put the burger, the cheese, and they put like a mozzarella squared cheese stick type thing on top of it, and then pepperoni, and then marinara sauce. And then you just eat all that together, and it was fabulous. I loved it. I know there was a guy on the horizon, Andy Simo, and he's like, I got to know what you think about that pepperoni burger. So I'm like, okay, I got to eat at least one. And it was fabulous. And yeah, So, I mean, if you're coming on the Venezia, definitely check out those couple extra burgers. There's a second burger that's unique to the guy's burger on the Venezia. It's like a muzzi or something like that. I don't know. I didn't get a chance to eat that one, but it's really good too. A&T Ventures, I found you, Coach, during the celebration delay. Been with you ever since. Oh, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. And I've met several people here on the Venezia that I think will be new subscribers, I'm hoping. And for those of you that are watching this, on replay, thank you so much for watching and all the way to the end. And I hope you hit the subscribe button. And guess what? We are over 1 hour already. That means it's either time to eat or time to go see Love and Marriage, one or the other. So we got to factor in how hungry you are versus how much we want to laugh. MarQ is obviously one of the best, so it's going to be a tough decision. But thank you all so much. Carnival Cruise Addicts, thank you for that super chat and the drink. I still have a little bit left that I'm not going to share with Anita. And yeah, that's about it. All right. Thank you all so much. We will see you next Tuesday at home. We'll be at home. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.